We're live. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to our channel. This is just going to be a very fun Friday. This is the Women Winning Friday, and we're here to celebrate all of your wins this week. We're here to cheer you on. I am here with some of my lovely friends. If you have never met me before, I am Dwaynia. I'm the founder of Canadian Small Business Women, and we have with us two of our very special folks. We have Hannah. Say hi, Hannah.
Hey, how are you?
She's from Advice from Hannah. And then we have Dareen.
Hello, everyone.
And she's from The Smart Woman. Now, what we're doing with this show is every week we're going to be rotating channels. So this week it's on my channel. Next week it's going to be on Dareen's. The week after it's going to be on Hannah's. And the link is in the description of the video. If you need to just click on those links and you need to follow them on the channel so that you can be here and be a part of the show and have some fun with us. So we're going to start out a little bit, to talk a little bit about what's going on this week, and we're going to share our wins, and then we're going to drop the call-in link so that you can come and share your wins with us and we can celebrate you. That's what we want to do. We really just want to celebrate you this Friday. So in the meantime, drop it in the comments. Let us know where you're from. Don't tell us your win in the comments because we want you to come up here and tell us your win live. I'll drop the link soon. But let's talk, because I know the hottest topic of the week, there's nothing hotter than the same topic that was last week and the week before. The hottest topic of the week is Riri. She's the hottest topic of the week.
Rihanna and the Super Bowl. Ish. Have you seen the numbers? Have you seen the numbers?
No, we're all business women, and I have to say, a lot of times when I heard people talking like, "Oh my gosh, she didn't dance hard enough, and she didn't do this," and I'm like, "Do you realize this was a business decision? Do you realize this was a business decision?" I mean, the woman is super smart. When they announced that she was going to do the Super Bowl, she made sure she had all of our branding and all of her photos ready for her Savage Fenty, because as she dropped that image on her Instagram, she kept dropping Savage Fenty images right after, because you know what comes after Super Bowl? Valentine's Day. Then in the middle of her performance, she's tapping and dabbing, and you see how they zoomed in on her lips when she started? That's because she just dropped that lip color that very same day in the middle of her performance. And she just dropped that whole, I don't even remember what it's called. She dropped that too.
Setting powder.
There you go. It was a business decision. It was an amazing business decision. It's always good when you have influence like that, where you can make that kind of decision. And, quite frankly, she was the biggest thing. People aren't even talking about Kansas City. They're talking about Rihanna. She was the biggest thing of the game. And I watched the game.
Oh, I didn't watch the game. My husband watched the game and I was on my phone until the break, the halftime started. But let me tell you something. Maybe for those of you who may not know it, actually, the singers performing on the halftime, they are not getting paid. They are not getting
Correct.
paid by the Super Bowl. So, but they have different ways of leveraging this visibility, because obviously in terms of visibility, this is very high, right? This is probably the event that gives you the most credibility, the more credibility in the entire world. But have you seen the numbers, right? As you said, Dwaynia, that was a business conversation, because the Fenty Beauty, based on a Google search, has increased by 860 something %. Yes, in the night and the days following the Super Bowl. She had launched also a collection, Fenty Super Bowl, right? So exclusive collection, Fenty Super Bowl. At the stadium, she had pop-up stores with exclusive merch that she's selling out, I believe, on there.
I've been trying to get one of those hoodies.
Oh, see? And then on top of that, the her best musics, her best songs were streamed by, I don't know, it was multiply 400%, whatever. So ultimately, with this 15 minutes where she still performed, in my opinion, because she is growing a human being, so it's easy to criticize her, right? She still performed and made so much money that even if it was a paid gig, that would have never be as much as she made with all the brand partnerships and all the business, placement that she did.
My job.
You just came in with the numbers. This is why, Doreen, my hat always goes off with you, because when they said that she didn't perform well, like you're going to talk to somebody like me. I like to consider myself a different person when I go on stage. What it takes for you to go on stage, it takes life out of you, literally. And she's dropping herself down from a really high point, pregnant with a 1-year-old, and you want her to do what? Physically.
Backflips?
I watched the performance twice on YouTube. I watched it Super Bowl and I watched her again twice. And there was moments of the performance that she was like
Yes.
that, because it was a lot for her. And I still think she dropped it. Like, she took me down memory lane.
Yeah.
She did that. So to me, it was like, I'm still getting goosebumps. I thought it was such a performance of like power. Like, I gave you 17 years and you're getting 12 minutes and you better enjoy it, because I don't know when I'm coming back. That's what I felt that was.
But
I felt like it was her swan song. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you any more music. I mean, okay, funny story, y'all. I was there as soon as she got on stage. I opened my Ticketmaster app and I made sure everything was ready. And I kept refreshing. And like after like a couple minutes, I'm looking and I'm like, wait a second. But I still kept refreshing. And by the end of the performance, I like dropped my phone. I was like, damn it, I'm not going to get a concert. It's like, damn it, I had hopes, but it's okay. It's all right. I love you, Riri.
No.
Caribbean girl. All the Caribbean love you. It's okay. We love
And
you.
she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to, right? She's a self-made billionaire. Now she has even more zeros in her account than anytime before.
Yeah. Let's all find our inner Riri. Everybody, let's find it. We're going to manifest it. We're going to celebrate her because she won. She won this week.
That was a big
win this week, right?
Went out there and served
it all up. She is a winning woman this week. And before we jump into anything else, reminding everyone, we're going to drop the call-in link in the chat so that you can join us on stage and celebrate your wins for the week. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're going to celebrate them. Before I drop it in the chat, though, I do want to let the ladies share their wins for the week. So who wants to go first? Who has some wins?
I think Doreen does.
Actually, I was about to say, Hannah, go first.
Okay, my win of the week is, so I buy books and I don't read them. I'm that person. And they all look at me and they're like, Hannah, read me. And then I go buy more. And this week, I actually read the books I bought in December and purchased new books now.
Ooh.
So
what books were they?
So I got It Starts With Us, It Ends With Us, the romance novels. I have my own theories on that, but we can talk about that offline. And and I got what is it called? The Light We Carry with Michelle Obama. I love me some Michelle Obama, but I just felt, Doreen, that I didn't feel it from her here.
Really? My husband offered me the book. Actually, I have it on the shelf, but I haven't opened it yet.
I feel like if you're a certain age, it might hit you different.
Oh.
You think that's what it is? Okay.
I think so.
I love her. Don't get me wrong.
Me too. Like Becoming, I read that, but I wouldn't buy this one because I feel like I have to probably be like 55 or so. It might hit me different.
Interesting. Okay, I'll take that. Because I felt that she was just talking about things that weren't relevant to me.
Exactly.
So, but still big ups to her though. Hey. And I found new books now.
Wow. So you read those 2 books within 2 days?
It starts with us, it ends with us. It helped me 2 months. It helped me because I was on vacation, and those were
Oh,
page
2 months.
turners. If you want like a love story, like a page, but I have issues with love stories now, but I don't have issues with them. It's just I just wanted the main character to develop herself more as a woman, and I
Mm.
didn't get that from her. She went from one to oh my, and then happily ever after, and I don't feel like it represented real life. And
Okay.
that's just me though. I loved it. I loved it. I'm gonna go see the movie with Blake Lively. Like I'm a fan, but I really wish
Oh,
she would have developed herself more as
Hmm.
an individual.
I,
For
I
me,
I think the stories. I feel like it's a little bit overrated. Some good romance stories, are still good, but I feel it's kind of overrated to see the woman play the role of the naive, or the one who is just waiting to fall in love, to find to find the one, and so then she will be happy and fulfilled. And this is probably true for some people, and for the haters, or I don't know who may be watching us, to come at her and say, hey, because we are frustrated. No, I'm married, and happily married. So it has nothing to do with that. It's just like, like women and the role of women in society, and what women are aiming for and looking for has evolved. And sometimes I feel like that would be great to see more of that in the
mm,
books and in the stories and in the movies.
absolutely. I second that completely because I felt as though the first novel was great. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she kind of chose herself, and the public kept asking her for what happens with the main character, what happens. So she drops this book like 5, 6 years later, and
oh,
she picks up right where she left off, and it was great. But and you're right what you're saying, because so many women, I call them the damsels in distress. Like every
yeah.
single song that. But it was a good book, it was a good read, and I really think that Blake Lively, for me personally, in like categories of her genres, I really feel like she does the damsel in distress so well. So I think the movie's going to do well. I My opinion.
Okay. Well, all you readers and TV watchers, there you go. Some recommendations. Any other wins, Hannah?
Um, Anything else? No. Oh, I got decent sleep this week. It wasn't like great sleep like last week, but I picked and choose my days. So it was better. It was 2 days I was like,
Good.
not doing this.
Good.
Other days I had to, but it was a balance. I'm trying to find a balance. By the end of the season, it's gonna be my goal.
Okay, look at that.
Ooh, that's a
Everyone,
good one.
remember the call-in link is in the chat if you want to jump up here and share your wins for the week with us. The link is in the chat. So, Doreen, what was your win or wins?
Actually, I like to practice what I preach. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, damn, this week I had many failures, or maybe many missed stuff. And so I'm really trying to be more committed to self-care again, finding the balance. This is a recurring thing with me. And sometimes I will be able to be consistent with 3 months. I think I was never consistent for a 6 months period. So I'm trying since January. I'm trying. I'm not succeeding, but because we're here to celebrate the small wins. Out of 3 things I'm trying to do to better myself, out of 3, there is one that I am consistent with. So it's an appointment that I call me time, that I have 3 times a week. It's for 20 minutes. And so I go there, I walk there. It's a 40 minutes walk. So then I exercise at the same time. So let's say I walk on the way there, on the way back. So it's a good walk. And then I have this 20 minutes for myself. So this is my win, because out of everything that I'm trying and I'm not successful at least I'm committed, and I'm succeeding, and I'm winning at being consistent at least to one thing that I have that I want to focus on.
Wow.
Yay. I'm excited.
That's very good.
Yeah, trying,
Um,
trying. But listen, like, yeah, sometimes like me time, self care. I'm very consistent and committed when it comes to work. But
Mhm.
girls, when it comes to myself, the challenge is real.
Mm.
Well, I have some wins for you.
Oh,
Okay,
I
I'll
love
start with the first one.
Oh,
So, around the corner from me, probably like 2 blocks, they're like building a whole plaza. So there's like a medical center, and they started this from before, the Ponder replay in honor of Rihanna. You know what I mean? Before the Ponder replay. So they started it, and there's like a burger joint, like a Middle Eastern joint, a Mary Brown. They have some restaurants and stuff, and then there's a medical center. So every time I drive by, there's one thing I keep wishing for. My husband's like, no, it's just not going to happen. So every time I drive by, I like rationalize it. I'm like, no, this is why it has to happen. There has to be one of them in here. It just has to be. They have to make me happy. Well, people, last night, I was driving, minding my business. And then I looked and I just let out a scream in my car because I saw the Starbucks drive-through sign and I was like, yes. Yes. I was wishing for a Starbucks drive because in Mississauga, I believe there was only one.
you
In all
guys,
of the
you
world.
guys, I feel like you live in a rural area, even though Mississauga is a big city, but like there is no 7-Eleven, there is no
There's a
Starbucks.
7-Eleven across the street from me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like people were complaining all over the internet this week. Didn't you see the videos where people were complaining because they had to drive 20 minutes to find the 7-Eleven in Mississauga?
That's because they probably live like on the border of Mississauga and somewhere else. But
They live in the
I
bush.
can walk to a 7-Eleven.
Hannah,
Now I
you
can
are
walk
you
to a
live in
Starbucks.
Mississauga too?
No, I live in Toronto. I'm a Toronto girl.
Ah,
I
Toronto
can't.
girl, we hear the sticks.
I cannot. I feel Mississauga is so far. Like whenever I have a few friends, I just find it so far. I'm like, why do Vaughan, Brampton? I'm okay. Even
Yeah.
Barrie. I just don't know what it is about Mississauga that I just find it so.
You said
Yeah.
Barrie?
Yeah, because Barrie, you take the 400
No,
and it's straight.
no.
Like
That
it's
is
like a nice, enjoyable drive. Mississauga, it's like you turning. I'm like, oh my god.
You know what it is? I find that people who are like who've lived here for a very long time or who grew up here, when you find a spot, you stay in that spot and you don't do many things outside of that circle. I don't mind getting on a train. I don't mind getting on a bus. Like, quite frankly, I love public transit. I wish the train system was better here. It is really atrocious for a metropolis. So I love public transit. Like, Doreen, when I went to Paris, first thing I did was get a Metro Pass, okay? Because that's how I like to get around. So here, I don't mind driving places. Yes, when you're looking to live somewhere, always look for the walkability.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, you can walk to plenty supermarkets, plenty restaurants, everything. So it depends on where people live. And because all the communities seem to be planned, there's always like a little plaza with something in it. But I just know my Starbucks is there. So it wasn't really my win. I just felt like I manifested it. So I'm taking it as a win. It's a win. I can get my flat white.
The development team at the Starbucks corporate office really did their due diligence on where they're going to put the next based on just population and demand of what people are asking for. Like somebody did their homework at Starbucks, whoever that was, because they go into different communities and they do surveys and stuff when they're going to plop one of those franchises in. I'm a bit of a nerd into these into these communities. So, they're not going to put a Starbucks here at Killen, where I live. It just doesn't make any sense because there's a Tim Hortons, I have a Walmart, I have an LCBO, I have a Metro, boom, boom, boom. Where's Starbucks going here? It doesn't work. For you, it works. They knew.
And
They know.
also, Starbucks only puts store in areas that if you ever are looking to buy a place and you don't feel the area is so great, and if you see a Starbucks pop up, buy immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that means they have all of the insight in how this neighborhood's about to turn over.
They
And
take
you
big
win.
dollars, man. They
You
do.
know, they are like McDonald's. They are in the real estate business. They do.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
whole. I once knew somebody that worked. You know the franchise St. Louis, the Wings.
Yes.
They worked in the development team, and the back end things that go into where that specific franchise goes in, it is insane. Everything that they look at, even like the size, the color of the walls, how long people are going to sit there. It's like a whole thing. So when they're going to put a Starbucks, and it's true because there's one in Rutherford in the 400.
Yes.
Right
I
by
know that
Boom.
one.
Boom, you go there. I know. I went to a clinic near there, and I'm like, wow, there's a Starbucks there. Cool.
Mhm.
There's a drive-through. Okay, so now I know. Like, they like to be near the highway or near like foot traffic. That's kind of where they like to be. You manifested it. You should send Starbucks a thank you.
No,
right?
I will be thanking them with the money I'll be spending.
Somebody sponsor her. Starbucks should call you and hook you up. I really
Call
do.
them. Honestly, call them.
Yeah.
You know,
I
this
love
is
you,
how you
especially
create
that
opportunities.
pistachio cream cold brew that you have going on right now. Delicious. But that was my biggest win of the week. Like, I celebrated all day. I told everybody about it. They didn't even know where I live, but I told everybody about it because I was excited. So I have some other wins.
Ooh.
Everyone in the chat, I dropped the link if you want to join us and celebrate your wins, because we love to celebrate. So everyone, there's a show coming up. It's going to be for 3 days downtown in April. It's called the Restaurants Canada Show. What they do is it's like 3 days. You have a lot of restaurants and a lot of restaurant providers and a lot of alcohol providers. And they are pretty much featuring new things or just featuring things that they have to offer. So, I mean, you can walk around and graze all day. Well, I'll be hosting a segment at one of the panels. I will not be a food judge. I will not be a food host. That's still my dream. Somebody out there, please make this happen. Like, that is a dream, but I'm getting one step closer.
You know what? You said that in the right room. You said that in the right room. You did. Yeah, you want to be a host? Okay.
I really that's like a thing. I want to be a judge or a host where I can still eat the food on a food show. Like, I feel like Netflix needs to just have a show where I can travel with a group of friends and we hit up restaurants and we can just go across Canada. Let's just do it. Just Netflix, call us too. Like Starbucks, Netflix.
Hello. You start pitching.
Yeah. Hey, let's be practical here, because don't forget that we are business ladies, okay?
I know she's fitting this up, and I'm like,
we're business women at restaurants. We're talking business and talking about the food. Mesh the two.
Girl, first of all, Starbucks. In my opinion, you should reach out to them, prepare a little like one pager, pitch them. Guess what? Every time I go through the drive-through, I will record it, post it not on my social media, right? You have to be more creative, but pitch them first. Now Netflix, let me tell you something here. And Woman Winning Friday, it's celebrating the small wins, the big wins, everything in between, right? But it's also being smart, right? That's what I'm the smart woman.
No, you have to say it again. That's why I'm the smart woman. You just
I gotta chuckle.
That came from the bottom of my heart. No, but seriously, so just to tell you that you can make anything you set up your mind to, you can make it happen. There is nothing impossible in this world in 2023 we are living in. Let me tell you, you have a good idea of a series, right? Restaurant series, Toronto, the shows, whatever. You go out there, you hang out, you eat food, and you live your best life. Okay. How do we get Netflix to accept the idea and start producing the show? Do you know how you do that?
We start doing pilots ourselves and we start making people talk about us.
Girl, I have done my homework already.
Oh, well.
He's about to drop a bar. If you're watching us right now, go get a pen, go get a paper, because when this woman talks, you guys need to listen. Go.
I'm ready.
So-
Receiving.
So basically you got to find an agent, because Netflix communicate through agent, right? And so you pitch the agent your idea. The agent will say yes, no, whatever. If he says no, you find another one, you find another one, you find another one, until you find the one who says yes to your idea. Okay, so that's the first step. Then you work on the script, like so I don't want to say one pager, like little things, right, where you pitch then Netflix, and then Netflix will say either yes or no. And let me tell you something, I have been watching Netflix more and more lately, because I want to see what type of content and what type of stories they do put out there, right? Like, do you have to have a fancy life? Do you have to have achieved so many things in your life? Can you just be a regular person and come up with an angle that is interesting about your story? And then it's like storytelling. It's pure storytelling here, right? And then you pitch that story from that specific angle to Netflix through their agent, because once again they don't take in pitches from people. Otherwise, I guess they will be flooded anyway.
Yes.
And then they make it happen. Sometimes we think that things are much more complicated than they are actually. So
and also sometimes we don't want to put forth the effort because we don't know if it's going to come to fruition, right? So it's something I'm throwing out there that if someone wants to hand to me, that's great. But do I really want to put forth the effort today? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to put in the legwork right now.
It depends on what you want to achieve, right? That can be an idea. And then when you feel ready, you put the effort into it, so you make it happen. But just, dropping those gems here today, because just to make you understand and let you know that nothing is impossible. And it is much more easier than what we believe it is.
I want to just add two little points to piggyback on what Doreen said. Sometimes you want to do something like have your own show, and I'll drop you a Hannah gem, and I don't really talk about this very loudly, so take it in. You take the job that you want and you try to get into the room where that job is already happening. Not to go in there to take the job from anybody else. We're not doing that. But if you want to be the host of a food show, if you want to be the host of, something, you get to try food or a judge, you get into that show being a participant. So you get into that show being a participant. So you go on Google or you get a good PR agent and you type in call for food expert 2023. That's it. And then you're going to see everything that comes up. In the smallest station up in Timbuktu, Yukon, you apply to that one. That's a station you're going to apply to. And, somebody's going to call you back. And even if you don't get that specific opportunity, you tell Susie, hey, do you know anybody that's kind of doing something similar that you're doing that you can connect me to, since you think I'm so amazing, but I didn't work out for you?
Ooh.
And then that's how you keep it going, and if she says no at that point given time, that's cool. Can I follow up with you in a couple of weeks? And now Susie and I are friends, so every few weeks I'm like, yo, Susie, how did that thing go? I saw it was your son's birthday. I saw that you went to Hawaii. I saw that you did be in her rear view mirror. What's good, Susie? Until finally she does the thing, right? That's kind of, I'm just annoying like that. But you know what? But honestly, at this point, I'm like very invested in people's lives and what they do. Like, I really am. But that's kind of what I would do if I were you. And I've done, and I'm telling you, I've done what I'm telling you, and I've done it successfully. Like, it has worked.
Well, I also assume that this Restaurants Canada thing is a really good stepping stone, because I will be in the room where all of the magic can happen. And I have a little plan and some things that I'm going to do, but
Wait, can we go
Mhm.
cheer you on? When is this? Tell me the date. Send me the date.
Oh,
And then
yeah, everyone will know. I'll make the official announcement. I'm going to be there for one day, fully the whole day, just roaming and eating and stuff my face, doing all the good things and doing the panel for sure. I don't know if I'm going to go for a second day yet to do the same thing, not a panel, just stuff my face, because I've been there before just to walk around and stuff my face and drink. It's amazing. Oh yeah.
Do they have chocolate, like chocolate
They
show?
have everything.
Okay, I may come then. If they have chocolate, I may come.
Everything. They have pizza, which we know you love.
Yeah.
They have gelatos. They have
Oh.
all the restaurant. They cheeses. Come on.
they have gelato. You said the magic word.
Oh,
You said the magic word. I was working at a place a few months ago, and there was like a gelato station. And I don't eat while I work, but I broke that rule that day because that gelato just kept looking at me.
I'll eat everything. You're getting my reaction. Oh my gosh. Look at us winning.
love it.
Okay, so everyone, another thing, make sure you're checking out the information in the description of the video because we're going to be rotating channels every week. So next week, the show is going to be on Doreen's channel. The week after, it's going to be on Hannah's channel. And the link to their channel is in the description. And for the replay crew out there, when you're watching this, make sure that you're dropping your wins in the comments because I want to see your wins because we want to celebrate you. We're going to come back and, celebrate you in the chat. Don't worry. But, I think we had a good week. I feel like we're all having a Rihanna kind of week. Like, seriously.
I'm ready. If I don't come down from a stage one day like she did with a mic, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself.
Listen, girls, the three of us, we are speakers, right? And act like, so we are not entertainers, but listen, we're still speakers. And I feel and I think and I believe that would be so awesome, but that would be such a statement to come down on the stage with the mic to start our keynote. Like literally, that would be amazing.
Well, both you ladies will be speakers at my upcoming May event, but I will not have a floating stage. You can pretend.
I was about to ask you, are we going to
I'm like, is it be light?
Look, everyone do like I do. Fenty down, and in your heart, just feel like you're coming on a floating stage.
Maybe we can have some Rihanna's music when we enter the stage.
We'll see. We will see. Everyone will get the save the dates coming out soon, and then we'll get all the other information really quickly. So I'm excited.
It's gonna drop fast. So
yeah.
Look, people, don't miss it.
I don't want to hear, oh, but I need to be. You need to be there, and that's it.
Be there.
There you go. There you go. So everyone, let's bid everyone adieu, au revoir, adios.
Au revoir.
Later.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.